Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. If you've got sharp eyes, when you saw that Castlevania logo drop in, you probably presumed it was Super Castlevania IV. Well, it kind of is Super Castlevania IV, but let's call it Mega Castlevania IV because that is what the person working on this is calling it. I love the alternative Mega Drive timeline where there are games that never got released for the Mega Drive that are now getting released for the Mega Drive because fans are taking matters into their own hands. It's definitely a case of Sega do what Nintendo don't. And who remembers that really old Sega advert, do me a favor, plug me into a Sega? I always remember seeing that in magazines. I absolutely loved it. So Mega Castlevania IV is the work of Retro Reloaded. They are working on bringing this over to the Mega Drive and they have released a demo. I'll leave a link to their YouTube channel and their particular video where you can get a download link in the description of that video, and that's what I'm trying now. Now originally I tried running this on the Mr. FPGA because, well, of my FPGA roots, but it didn't work on that. I tried the latest version of the Mega Drive core, the one by ℒ𝒾𝓈, the one that Sword ported over. So I went to RetroArch and I was like, I really want to try this out. Now this is a little bit rough around the edges for some parts. The jumping feels a little bit weird, but I have to say I'm not familiar or too familiar with Super Castlevania IV. Money was limited when I had the Super Nintendo, and it was one of the games that I missed, even though I was a massive Castlevania fan. So it was absolutely like amazing playing it years later via software emulation, via like devices like the Mr. FPGA, or when I went around a friend's house that had a SNES and an EverDrive. But the Mega Drive version is coming along nicely. There's like quite a few levels in here, and we'll have a look at some more stuff and we'll talk about like the original and what the Mega Drive one brings. But let's listen to Simon's theme, man, because that is one of the most banging soundtracks in gaming ever. I love Castlevania soundtracks. For the whole part, most Castlevania soundtracks are banging, but Simon's theme from Super Castlevania IV is epic, and it's amazing to hear it being played on the Mega Drive. What did you think of that soundtrack? Absolutely banging. So, like, because I don't know the original too well, I'm kind of going into this almost blind, but I do like it. There's a variation in stages, and you can see Retro Reloaded love this game, and it really is a love letter to the game. It's got the multi-direction whip. I can't remember in the Super Nintendo if you could jump up and fire your whip straight down, but whenever I try and do it here, it goes diagonal. So again, look at this. It just looks, well, it looks like something that's going to become superb, and it's still playable and it's still fun to try out. Definitely try this out if you're a Castlevania fan. But let's move along and check out some different parts of the game. Oh, by the way, you've got sub-weapon, and there you go. You've got some weird stuff in here, like where that Medusa head, the first one there, I couldn't actually hit it. There are also some candles as well that when you hit them, they don't actually like disappear, or they don't break, right? But when you go on them, you collect the power up. Again, this is a work in progress, so I'm not shooting down on the person's work. All this stuff takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it's still amazing seeing where this, well, where it has come now. I like the fact that you have a sub weapon as well. So this is a 3-button game on the Mega Drive. You've got jump, you've got whip, and you've got sub weapon. Your sub weapon being that blade that you can throw in. Over there, I couldn't see it at a certain point, but yeah, you can fire it. But what's really interesting now is here we go. When we're over at the boss now, you can just beat the boss by spamming your dagger. It's not coming forward at me. And again, this is work in progress. The bosses have been put in there, but they've just not been programmed to become the destroying machines that they are in other Castlevania games. In some ways, this might be a better game for me, just for the fact that, hey, I don't die so freaking often, man, because the Castlevania games are hard. Now, I have to say, since I started to play like the Metroidvania one, Symphony of the Night, the 3 games on the Game Boy Advance, then the ones on the DS, I've been spoiled and I haven't really gone back to too many classic Vanias since. I do like them, but I much prefer the Metroidvania style ones. That's just a kind of personal choice, but it is always fun visiting them. I like checking them out in streams. I like playing them. And so let's talk a few facts about the original Castlevania, the Super Castlevania IV that released for the Super Nintendo. So it was actually released in 1991 in Japan, and then it was released a year later in 1992 in North America and Europe. Developed as a reimagining of the original 1986 Castlevania game for the NES, right? That was my introduction to the Castlevania games. Absolutely loved that one, but man, that was difficult. So it stars Simon Belmont, a vampire hunter wielding the vampire killer whip, set in Transylvania with the objective to defeat Count Dracula, right? That's kind of it. And there you go, I just bloody beat Medusa. She didn't attack me, but yeah, my daggers just kind of killed it. Again, guys, this is a work in progress. It's definitely something that's worth checking out. Now, what'll be interesting is the SNES game was known for its mode 7 and some really rotating stuff. You can kind of grab onto the whip. Sorry, did you see how I ran down the stairs there? That's got to be the best Castlevania stairs animation ever. But yeah, it had the mode 7, so it'll be interesting to see how that kind of gets implemented, or if it does, into the Mega Drive. Then there was like these little hook things that you could whack your whip onto, and then you would kind of grab onto it and take a jump onto another platform. Haven't seen those in there yet, but hopefully that stuff will come. This is something I'm definitely very excited about. You know, having Final Fight for the Mega Drive, having a port of that, playing that, seeing how fantastic it is, and it's a lot better. It's simple. You know, no one can say that after playing the Mega Drive port, the recent one that's nearly complete, after playing that, no one can say the SNES version is better. You know, it's not an opinion here. The Mega Drive version is actually better, and I grew up loving the SNES, so it'll be interesting to see how far this goes and where the developer takes this. Is this going to be on par with the SNES? Is it going to be below the SNES, or is this actually going to outperform the SNES? It's going to be really interesting to see. I really do appreciate the demo that they have released. The Super Nintendo game had 11 main stages, each divided into multiple sub-stages with boss battles at the end. And if I remember correctly, I think the Super Nintendo version used passwords instead of like the game saving for you. The soundtrack obviously is a big banger, that gothic kind of soundtrack that we get. But that's kind of it, guys. That's it for this video. I wanted to check this out because I am a big Castlevania fan. Absolutely love it. On the Mega Drive, we've got Bloodlines. That's really good. You can be Eric Lecard and John Morrison there, but this is the one with Simon Belmont. And there you go. This is round about where I started dying. I lost all my lives and the demo ended. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Check the link in the description for Retro Reloaded. They have got a media file link where you can download the game directly. Check their channel out. Give them a follow. But this is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.